Hey guys, Brian and PS4 Trophies, and today I'm going to run you through all of the collectibles in the Chapter 1. This is the Knight's missions, all 6 of them. We're going to show you the location of all the Observables and all the Breakables. So we're going to kick things off here in Chapter 1, the first mission, 1.1, Warlords and Cowards. So right at the very beginning, as soon as you gain control of your character, we're going to have 4 Observables right off the bat here. We're going to go from the left to right. So as we gain control of our characters, I'm going to pan the camera here to the left, and you're going to see off in the distance, you can actually see kind of a fading in and out, kind of glowing thing above my head right there. That is an observable. When you look directly at it, you'll see there's an L1 prompt. So for this one, we have to get it from pretty far away. There's going to be quite a few of them like this. So get in a position where I have L1 pop up. There you go, observables completed, 1 of 10. Pan just a little to the right there, and you see above the tower, right above that guy, there's another L1. And then over here, panning just a little bit more to the right, above these archers over here to the left of them. And then the 4th one in this same exact area is going to be down on the ground. So you got to look over the wall this way. Got the trebuchet out there in the distance, right in front of it, L1. So that is the first 4. Now we're going to have 2 more observables as soon as you got your little tutorial fighting thing. It teaches you how to defend and attack. So right past that in front of you is another L1 prompt there for an observable. And there's actually one right behind you and up. So you're going to have to turn around and look up, and you can see another one right there. Now we're going to have a couple more, as well as 3 breakables right in this room here. You can see the pots right in front of us. They kind of glow. Those are the breakables. But first, to the left on the wall there is another observable. And let's go ahead and grab the other one real quick. It's on that lion right in front of us. Now we have 3 breakables here. So we got to break open the pots in order to get them. You don't have to break all the pots open. One of them will have the breakable in there. And then there's a little set of 3 little ones right there. You got to break those open. That's number 2 of only 4. And then you have another one on the opposite side of the room. Break open these pots. There you go. That's our 3rd breakable. Now, from this location, we're going to go find the last of our collectibles here in Warlords and Cowards. So we're going to continue on. Go up the stairs here. In this room, don't go outside just yet. Turn right, and you'll see some pots here. Break these open for the final breakable. And in the same room, turn around, you see the shield right there. That is our 9th observable. Then we're going to go right outside, and you'll see another one just to the right. Now, a quick note, these automatically save to your profile. You can do chapter select. In fact, you can see how many you're missing in each chapter when you select them as well. So we're going to move on to 1.2. Now, at the very beginning, crossing the bridge here, there's a bunch of observables here in this center area. First one is this cart that's on fire. Then there's 2 more just past here. One to the right, you see the bird statue. Look to the right there, and then there's going to be one to the left as well. Now we're going to kind of go counterclockwise in this area and get the rest of them. They're all in this general area, so it's not going to take you very long to get these. In fact, for most missions are relatively short. So there are some pots right up these stairs here. We're going to continue going up the stairs, and we're going to find some more pots. Now you're going to see the numbering of my collectibles here slightly out of order because I had to come back because I missed one. But that's our 2nd breakable. All right, as soon as we go outside here, this one I missed originally, come look down out in the distance on top of that tower way out there. Now from this location, keep going around. You'll come across some more pots. This is one of the zones you need to capture. Break open those pots, find the breakable. There's 5 of them in this one. Continue clockwise around the outside of this area, and you're going to see some more pots here between these 2 large rocks. Now we've only got a couple more left, so we're just going to continue clockwise or counterclockwise around this area, go up this ladder, and this is going to be one of the 3 zones you have to capture. When you're up here, you're going to see some pots inside of this room here, and then we're going to go just outside of this room, and we're going to find our final observable. So we're going to get the final 2 collectibles here, and then we're going to move on to 1.3. But first, make sure you grab this one here. Again, my numbering is a little out of order there, but that is all 5 of the observables. Next up is the Blackstone Legion. Now from this, we're going to start right at the very beginning. Your spawn, you see some pots immediately in front of you. Break those open to find the breakable. And then just past that, if you look in the cage and up, you got to look up and you'll see the cage. You got the observable there. So we're just going to continue around the path. You're going to run across some enemies. The first set you'll come to. So once you've taken care of those, just past them, right in front of you is another observable. And then just to the left of that is a geyser thing here. And I just got thwarted by a cutscene. So once that's over, make sure you grab that. And then we're going to approach the bridge. And if you look up high, you see the yellow banner. The banner on the right is going to be another observable. So get that. And then there's going to be another one. Another few of them, actually. Once you get past that bridge there, come inside, look straight up. Then enter the area. And there's going to be some pots over here to the right. So find the breakable. The breakable, of course, will get you steel, as well as finding the collectibles will get you different emblems as well that you can make for yourself. But continue around this building. You'll find some pots here. Then you're going to have to go up to the top, find a captain, and kill the captain. But first, make sure you get that breakable. Kill the captain. Then we're going to come back down. We're going to go outside. As soon as we exit, we're going to see another couple right in front of us. There's an observable right in front of us, and you'll see some pots to the left as well. So make sure you get both of these. Again, if you miss any of these, you can come back through Chapter Select. If you die, you don't have to worry about picking up anything over again. And they all save immediately as soon as you pick them up. So from this area, we're going to continue around to the left. Look up here. So not far from the previous ones. And then we're going to continue down the path. You're going to run across a whole bunch of enemies here. So once you've cleared them out, straight in front of us, the path kind of curves up the hill to the left. But make sure you go straight. You can see right here there's another observable, as well as some pots right next to each other.
8 times one of us claimed the title of Warlord. 7 times.
Alright, so we're going to go up the hill here, and you're going to see right here in the entranceway, right above it, you can get the observable before the cutscene. I was not able to, so if you hit the cutscene and don't get it yet, you have to come back outside. You have to backtrack a little bit before you can observe it. So that's it. We're going to move on to 1.4, Valkenheim in Winter. Now this one, right at the very beginning, you're going to have 2 observables. There's going to be one just to the left and one here to the right. So we'll go to the right. You see the big statue here. It's right on the handle of the axe. And then opposite of that, you see this little thing that's on fire, this little shrine. You want to observe this as well. So there's 10 observables. That's the first 2. We're going to find a third one if we continue onwards a bit. We're going to follow this path that's kind of leading over here to the right. Follow this along. Keep going. You're going to run across some enemies in front of us, and you're also going to see a structure. It's going to be at the corner of this structure right here.
Wherever we go, the peaceful life that is called.
Now we're going to move on. You're going to reach this part here. Catapults are going to start flinging things at you. You're going to meet this guy on the bridge. I am going to throw him off the bridge because that's the easiest way to take care of enemies. You have a brief little cut scene here with the catapults. And then you have this one guy waiting for you. Look on the horn right there just to the right behind him, and there's the observable. So make sure you observe that, and then continue the path down here, and you'll see some breakables to the left. Now once you get this, we're just going to cross the ice, and you see the stone face right in front of us. That is what we have to observe next. So be careful of the one guy that's chasing you around here. Now once you've taken care of him, continue winding around this path here. We're going to come up. You're going to come to an area with some enemies. Once you've cleared them out, just continue to the opposite side. Straight in front of you, you'll see the breakable. Now from there, we're going to cross this bridge here. You got the little boat right in front of us. You're going to see some breakables to the right. But before we interact with those, you're going to see the long bridges, the long wooden bridges off to the left, entering that stronghold there. So right in the middle there, you can observe the one. You'll see another one behind that. We can't observe that just yet. So instead, I'm going to come break the pots. We're going to make our way around. And then reach the big open area here. Now, once you've entered this area, you're going to see an observable right in front of us, and there's going to be one here to the left. So let's grab the one here to the left first.
I am appalled. Should I have given
And
you
then we're
warning
going to go
now?
ahead in the center of this open area, right on that catapult there. We got another one you can observe. Now we can go and observe the one that we saw earlier, but we couldn't interact with it yet. And it's at the underside of this drawbridge up high.
Valkenheim.
So observe that. Now the final one, you have to just continue the story path here. So you're going to make a bridge.
It had been 40 years ago that knights
And then you're going to go up this bridge, and you
battled
see
in
the
that
fire on the other side of the building there, just to the left of the bridge. And we're going to look inside the fire in order to get the final observable and collectible here in 1.4. First, we've got to clear off these little enemies. Right up here, you see to the left. There you go. We've discovered all observables. So we're going to move on to 1.5, Sabotage. Alright, so right from the very beginning, you're going to come across a soldier right here in front of us. And look to the right, and there's a statue. The base of the statue, right by the shield on the ground, is our first observable. Second one's going to be just past that. You have to observe the dead body right here. Now continue the path. It's going to wind around a little bit, and you're finally going to reach this section here. There's a bunch of them right here, but you'll see the boats right in front of us. I've cleared out the enemies that were there already, but there's our first observable. Just to the left of that, hanging on the tree, is our second in this area, fourth total. And then at the top of this boat, you got to observe that as well. So now we're going to go swing around on the back side of this boat. There's going to be some soldiers here. I'm going to just ignore them for a moment. Unfortunately, they will not ignore me, but I'm going to make my way over to the breakable right here. Clear out the enemies, and then I'm just going to turn back the way I came, go up the ladder. Now at this point, you're going to see a path to the left and straight ahead. So we're going to go straight here. We don't want to go up the path to the left. You can probably make your way around to our next location going that way, but we're going to wind around this way. And at the bend here, right at the turn, make sure you get those breakables, number 2. Now we're going to continue up the path a little bit here, and we're going to see a ladder to our left. So once we reach the ladder, we're going to climb up it. Now stay to the left here and follow this path all the way to the end. We are going to run into an observable here in just a moment. We will backtrack and have to go up the path that we just passed. But first, make your way here. You got another face in the terrain there you can observe. Now I'm going to backtrack just a little bit, head up left here. And there's going to be a door to our right. You can observe this door.
There had to be a better way inside than the
So
front
we're going to continue past here.
door. I had my pride
And then
to
you're going to see some
consider.
breakables right in front of us. They're guarded by 4 enemies here, so clear them out and then break open the pots. Now from this location, we're going to continue up towards our objective. Go continue up the path here, and we're going to reach another area with a bunch of enemies. Again, same thing. I'm going to clear them all out. Straight back on the opposite side is the breakables. Now the next batch is going to be all in the final area. So you get here and you're supposed to drop down. Before you drop down, you can actually see the first one above the doorway right in front of us. Enemies are going to come out of there right above them. You can observe that from down below, or you can observe it before you drop down. You may also notice some pots out in the distance behind them. We'll come back and get those in just a bit. We're going to go inside the building. And inside here are 2 observables. This is where you need to sabotage the counterweights. So in the center of this section, underneath and up here, you want to look and observe there. And then the right counterweight also has an observable.
I should pull that one, I think.
So make sure you get both of those inside of there. And then we're going to go outside, get the break open the pots. Now when you break open the pots, you can break them all open without actually picking up the breakable. So make sure you break these open and then also pick up the collectible. So there you go. We're going to head to the last mission here in the Knights chapter, Wolves Among Sheep. So first off, This is the mission where you got to protect the ram. Right off the bat here, I'm actually going to go to the first few collectibles. I don't do a good job protecting the ram, so I should have probably protected the ram before running over here. But first, I'm just going to go to the right here, immediately pick up this observable right here in that red stone. Continue around on the outside here on the right side. And then you're going to see this kind of stone tower here structure. And you can see the glimmering observable right there. So we're going to observe that. And just past that, you see some breakables. So we're going to open up those pots, find the breakable. Now from this location, or really anywhere in this entire area, if you look above the drawbridge where the ram is trying to knock down, if you look up high, you'll see an observable right there. Alright, so you see the ram's health is low. I had to restart the checkpoint, but don't worry, I didn't have to pick up the collectibles again because they automatically save. But on the left side where these enemies are coming over the wall, this is kind of near the end where the ram reaches the end. There's the observable, and then after the ram finally reaches the objective, when you reach the checkpoint here, you have to observe the ram itself.
We dragged our ram's machinery across.
Alright, so after you break open that passageway with the ram, you're going to reach this next area. You got to turn around and you'll see a observable. So that was kind of behind you from immediately where you start. And then in this area, there's another observable right here on this little platform, right in front of that red stone. And then to the left there's the door. So there's 3 observables right when you start in this area. Now there's also 2 breakables. So we're going to take the right path up here and we're going to find some pots. These pots, of course, always have breakable in there, so make sure you get that. And then there's also one more breakable. So right there is where we're going to go enter the next section. So we're not going to walk up that little ramp platform just yet. We're going to kind of go back. There's one of the observables. Go up this pathway here, and you can see some pots right in front of us. Alright, so I'm going to go across this bridge, drop down. You see a bunch of my soldiers waiting for me down there to the left. And we're going to approach the next section. So we're going to go up this little ramp, but we're not going to drop down just yet. At the top of the ramp, you're going to see the next observable just at the door in front of us. It's also where you're going to meet the boss again.
The legendary
the second encounter with him. So make sure you pick up that observable at the door, and then after you defeated the boss, you got a breakable pot right here to the right. As soon as you enter this area, you have an observable. It's going to be on the top of one of the buildings here to the left, this big one that's on fire. You can see up high there. And then just past that is the final collectible in the Knight's chapter. There's some pots, get this breakable, and that is all of the collectibles in the Knight's chapter. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.